Hey guys, it's Viewmaster's Reaction, and we're back with Mighty Nein Time, episode 102, Ghosts, Dinosaurs, and Stuff. We just finished the Patreon hour. I cut the Patreon hour short about 5 minutes so that we could have something for YouTube, because even with those 5 minutes, we have about 10 minutes in total, so I doubled it. I figured by the time we talk and exit, we'll have a good 15 minutes, and we'll jump into the live stream. This is one of the shorter episodes we've had of the entire campaign. It is barely 3.5 hours. It didn't start till the 12-minute mark, and there's like a 20-30 minute break in between. If you do the math, that leaves us with like 2.5 to 2 hours and 45 minutes of total content. So we're breaking it up a little differently, just so we have a little bit for everyone. The live stream will be a solid 1.5 hours, which is great. And if we do 50 likes like we did last week, we'll do a solid 2 hours. By the time we talk and everything, we'll have a 3-hour live stream. That's my favorite kind of live stream. I like a good 3 hours because I feel like 2 hours is too short, and anything beyond 3 hours starts to get a little long. Depending on what it is, though, we've done 5-6 hour ones, and it's pure excitement sometimes. So depends. But last we saw, we got the ghost half finished off in the Patreon hour. We defeated it, cut it in half. Ford sliced him down. Everyone was okay. Viridian, I was saying, is not knowing too much about things she probably should know about, and the things she knows about, she should probably tell us before we're harmed by them. Like this entity, this ghost, almost takes out Bo. We defeat it, everything's fine. We go to Viridian, yo, like, what's the deal with this thing? And she goes, well, I heard of it, but it's usually not around these parts. It's usually up north. I would be like, yo, tell us everything that could possibly be in the vicinity of anywhere near us, because we need to know that there are ghost things like this that could suck the life out of us. Then we're getting stung by mosquitoes. Jester gets sick. We're falling into swamps where there's giant teeth monsters that are trying to devour us, like something out of the Creepshow 2 Raft skit. And Viridian's just like, oh yeah, I heard of this. Oh yeah, I heard of that. And I can fly and blah, blah, blah. I get it. I get you can fly and that you don't really worry about this because you're always traversing this area through other means or whatever. But you got to know these things and you should tell us. But then there's the whole thing with these people forgetting and not being too on the ball. So like, is that part of it? I got to assume, because Matt isn't dumb. And Matt creates great characters, so it's got to be part of it. We talked to the Wild Mother. The Wild Mother said, yo, this island is definitely causing this to the people, and you definitely have the power to take it down. So that was a good thing. We asked some good questions. That was commune that Caduceus used. And then we ran into the second half, which is dinosaurs. We got a T-Rex running down what was called a Dragloth, I think, which was a combination of two different types of drows, and it was this four-legged beast of a crazy monster, and the T-Rex bit it in 2 bites into nothing. It died, and then we had to be quiet. Caduceus did thaumaturgy and distracted it, and we are starting right where it dipped. Matt had a little miniature and everything ready to go in case we had to fight it, but it didn't happen. That's why we ended it with Liam being like, are you kidding me? You stole my T-Rex battle. So we're jumping in. I feel like we're going to approach the volcano in the next 10 minutes, and that's all we really have to the break. So, you know, the breaks always end on a banger. I got to assume we're going to get to the volcano and see what we're dealing with. We also spoke of the possibility of living islands, but I don't think that's it, but it's still something to bring up because we talked about it, and Caleb did hear of giant pre-calamity Titan type things like that, but very uncommon and nothing quite this big. So you guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2. We're doing Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, The New Fiona and Cake, Rick and Morty, and Percy Jackson just ended. Finishing True Detective Season 4, and Avatar, the live-action Netflix show, starts at the end of this month. We'll be running through that as well. Hundreds of other movies and shows. Full unedited. Check the link in the description for Patreon, if not. Episode 102, Mighty Nein Time.
Well, Kodo would have to take heed from us if we were coming and riding on a fucking dinosaur.
The Kodo, see, they're saying we should have taken it and rode it. Jester was like, we should have rode that T-Rex.
At this point,
all the way up the volcano to
the sky itself is a bright orange.
We did also ask the question to the traveler.
Barely see now past
is
the
Vokodo
distance,
a god? And he said no.
But
it's
side,
coming from the traveler, so I think he's telling the truth.
Begin to usher in the rest of the dark night. You could hear some semblance of nighttime insects and crickets starting to make their noises. various denizens of the night coming alive. However, at the same time, you are approaching the base of the mountain. You guys are now hitting a steady incline, and it's turned from a walk into a hike. And following Viridian, as you begin to kind of follow this switchback trail naturally up the side of the mountain, that same kind of weird dreamlike haze still sits over this jungle and the mountain before you. You get closer and closer to it, and by the time night comes and you watch this Viridian kind of alights the edge of the staff, and any of you who have light sources, it would be recommended to create one at this moment, as it is getting near impossible to see, or those who don't need to necessarily.
Yeah, summon the sword, light, got it.
4 globules.
4 globules,
Within a short
globules. Sorry,
trek
I can't
up
speak.
the side of the mountain,
Globules.
Viridian goes, "There, that is the entrance." And she points her staff towards you. Can
We're
see
here,
the
we're
pathway
here,
levels
we're here.
out,
I don't want to get
and there is
excited
an
until I
cave
hear there's
opening
the
about
entrance,
20
and there it
feet
is.
From end to end.
I'm excited
And
now.
a kind of jagged top that's about
I keep
10
getting
feet,
excited, and then
sometimes
it's not,
closer
so,
to
like,
12
now here
feet
we are.
At its apex. And it is just pitch black onto the inside of the mountain.
Is it customary to go in at night, or do we have to wait till daybreak?
I believe any time. I do not think that Volkura rests.
I
He
need to
doesn't
see
sleep at all?
this.
Well, what sleep do you need when you are a god?
I don't
It's
know,
gonna be
man.
something weird. It's not gonna be a
Dreaming is
person or
really
a thing.
fun,
It's
you
gonna
know?
be
He's
something
missing
weird.
out.
We're gonna
Maybe
walk
that's
in
why
and it's
everything's
gonna be
crazy
like a
around here,
scarecrow
you know?
in a
Maybe
chair.
his dreams are crossing over into the real world.
She laughs a little bit. I think he'll like you.
All right, then we'll go now.
I think that's a good theory.
Is it?
Kind of a great
It's
theory.
either
Yeah.
something totally fake and
As you
insane,
approach the
or
mouth
it's the
of cavern
traveler. We're gonna
entrance, like
walk in, and the traveler
volcanic
already himself is gonna be
smells of
sitting
the
in that
islands
chair.
become more mineral rich. The lush plants and ferns that have taken residence around the space here are kind of wedged in the earthy cracks of the mountainside, are vibrant and very, very healthy. Larger than counterparts you've seen along the Menagerie Coast and other elements of the tropical jungles in the surrounding area. The winds are a little strong though as you get close to it, towards the crest where this entrance is. and you
I'm
kind of
really
reinforce
starting
your
to lean
footsteps
that Artie
instinctually.
is gonna be part of this.
As you reach
I mean, I
the
might
foot
be
of this
crazy.
cavern,
I just can't think of what else this
there
could
is
be
like
unless
a
it's just
faint
something totally
wind coming from the inside.
not related
the
to
air
anything
itself
we've
is
ever
actually
seen.
warmer at the opening of this cavern than the surrounding space. As night has come, the temperature has dropped, but as you get to the front of this cavern, the temperature spikes another 15 degrees or so.
hot.
Is it real lush and green still, not rocky or arid?
Well, it is rocky here at the base, but within the cracks of the rocks, you can see there are a lot of other elements of vegetation that have taken root and kind of given it. And it turns rocky the further up the mountain you go. But this entrance, as you enter, it looks like it just goes into volcanic rock, porous black volcanic rock.
Pretty steep where we are right now.
It was a little steep getting up there, but there's a level off platform right as this enters where you guys have kind of even footing now that you've gotten there.
Hey, traveler. You here? Dagger,
This will be huge.
are you here?
Artigan, are you here?
Somebody else's house, Jester.
What?
This is somebody else's house, maybe.
I know, but he said he was going to come because he wanted to see.
Oh, okay.
Do you sleep?
The fact that Artie's not coming is making me think it's because he's
Not
in
talking
there.
to you, okay, though. Talking to the traveler. This is so weird.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you guys rest here or do you enter with Viridian?
Let's go in.
Is he going?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Hold on one moment. Come here for a second.
Yes, yes.
And I place my hand on Veth's shoulder and just cast Enlarge and expend transmutative magic to change my stone's capabilities to fire resistance rather than
To change my
constitution
stones.
bumping.
You got it. Okay.
You are now twice your height
I'm
for,
enlarged.
for a minute.
I am
You're
in
my
large.
size.
So smart.
Is that taller than
I'm
Nina?
in large.
Yeah. For the next
Yeah,
15
yeah. Oh, Beth and
Alright.
I arm wrestle.
Both of you guys make strength checks for me.
Okay.
I'll say for your size, add a d4 to it.
My strength is garbage.
Yes, it is.
16.
Said add a D4, right?
Correct. Or you know what? No, you'd have advantage on it. I would say, because it just like
On those ropey fists.
the size, it is a strength-based thing. So.
18.
18.
Straight up, it's a tense fight, but Veth takes the victory.
Holy shit.
That's cool.
Look, I'm into more
Veth.
like endurance training and stamina, so you know, like.
I get it.
Yeah. Give me a hug, though.
Whoa.
Boom. Yeah, like bro hug.
Mid-hug,
Oh.
Veth shrinks down back to normal size.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, like a balloon. Beefy. Oh my gosh.
Viridian sitting there, kind of like staff leaning against the edge of the entrance to the cave, arms crossed, kind of looking at her. You're a very strange bunch.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we
Appreciate
can't
it.
fly, but we're okay.
Yeah, we can't
appreciate
fly.
you taking
Sorry.
They
At
can
least we
fly.
tell
I
each other and
can
try to
fly.
communicate.
I mean, not today, but on a different day.
I can fly today.
I mean, I
I
could
just didn't
fly
need to
as a
leave
bird.
everyone behind. So.
I turned into an owl just 6 hours ago. You
I saw that.
so-
It was impressive. Yeah.
But I can't remember. Can you fly?
We haven't
I'm beginning
seen
to
you.
sense that there is a. I may have misspoken, and I apologize if I had been
No, I
uncouth.
was giving you.
We joke with the people that we like.
Yeah, yeah.
And we want to thank you for taking such excellent care
Oh,
of
we
us.
almost made Viridian feel bad.
Oh,
I mean, we
my
were
shoulder.
being a little much, but Yash.
Cast lay on hands and dump 5 hit points in to see if I can cure a disease or neutralize a poison.
Okay, as you kind
Beautifully
of touch
done,
the shoulder,
beautifully
there is a
done.
small
We were
kind of
talking about
flash
this
of
in the
divine energy,
Patreon
and she
hour.
comes back and goes, oh, I wasn't injured, but thank you. I appreciate you looking out.
Just to thank you.
We wanted to see if one of our spells could cure her of the memory wash thing. So he said, I'm going to grab her on the shoulder. They were saying the
How do you feel-
boob.
how do
And
you-
then he
how are you
said, I
feeling?
need to
How do
go
you feel? How do you
breast
feel now? How do you
instead
feel
of
now?
rest. It was quite
okay?
the play on words.
Okay, just checking.
Just I felt so bad after we went through the mosquitoes and the insects.
Where were you from again originally?
I don't recall.
How long have you been? How
it
long have
didn't
you been
work.
a druid? Are you an archfey? How long have you been a druid? How long have you known how to shape foliage?
Since I've been here,
Do you remember what the place was like that you're from? Like, maybe you don't remember names, but you remember, was it like a cold place or perhaps a dry climate?
no.
Urban?
How
Rustic?
how intense are we to actually solve this particular riddle before
If
we
you're
commit?
worried about any sort of toxins as part of my druidic practice, poisons don't seem to take heed in my body.
Oh,
Shit.
that's
right.
why the bugs don't bother you.
Not that much, I don't.
So
Not
maybe she
yet.
wouldn't normally be affected in general, but then
We'll
why
see.
is she
I may
forgetting
regret
things?
this.
Or is it just time?
Mm-hmm.
Like time?
All right.
Maybe some people
As you
come and
all
go, but the
stay
longer
marching
you
order, or
stay,
you-
the worse it gets, and we are just fighting it better.
Sure.
Or is
We
it
have
once you
Viridian
visit
in front of
Vakoto, you're
Caduceus,
done?
Then we have Bo and Yasha. Then we
Maybe
have
it's like
Caleb,
once you
Jester,
visit
and
Vakoto,
then
something
Ford
happens
and-
if you don't
We're going into lava area.
watch
Anyone-
yourself,
Anyone fire
and
resistant
you're
or
done.
fire?
It could be as,
You
as
are?
easy
He
as
is
that.
now
now.
known.
Okay, yeah, maybe you.
Yeah, but
you're
he's
fine.
still super weak, though.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd put you up
Nice.
front.
I mean, you're super, like, strong.
Yeah, you're valuable.
Pain
you
relief,
I'd,
you
I'd
know?
rather the
Some way.
fire
You're super
resistance be a
strong with
last.
your brain.
last-
Yeah.
Just,
Of
just
spirit.
stay in the middle.
You're not a shield.
I'm just saying your arms are
smell
really,
like
really
crayons.
scrawny.
Yes, sometimes.
I love how she's laying in. Your arms are really, really scrawny.
Tickles my nose.
Is that a Zemnian thing? Crayon?
So, are we good with this order?
Yes, we're good.
Yes.
We're good.
Matt's like, wait.
Yeah.
Matt's like,
Apologize,
sometimes you guys
All right.
go off on a
So stepping
tangent,
within
and
the
I'm just
entrance,
waiting
the
on.
interior cavern at the base
Finishing my
of
tale.
Rumblecusp Mountain proper. The black porous rock that surrounds you is rough to the touch for any that are kind of skirting along the sides of it. Crumbly, but still at times sharp and kind of catching the finger in a way that hurts. The air is dry and definitely warmer once you've stepped fully within the tunnel itself. Your nostrils sting slightly with a ripe aromatic mixture of kind of vitriolic scents that seem to be coming with this wind. It is lightless beyond the sources you have, and you plunge further
Oh, he's gonna break
down
before we
a steady
see anything.
decline of the winding tunnel deeper into the mountain.
Shit.
We're going down.
and that's where we're taking a break.
And that's where we take a break.
We have to.
We went an entire full episode
Let's take a
with
break and we
still
come
no
back. There's another
Vokodo.
part of
There
the
was a
story.
lot
Don't
of
worry.
other entertaining things going on.
We'll be back here in a few
We'll
minutes.
let Matt say goodnight.
I'll
Good
take
night,
a break.
sir.
I'll see you guys here
Still
shortly.
no giveaways. All right, everybody, that is it for episode 102 for Mighty Nine Time. I can't believe we went from break to break with no Vokodo. I thought for sure by the end of the live stream we would have. Then I'm like, no big deal. We're going to go 30 minutes in because we hit 50 likes. Now we finish the entire Patreon hour and the YouTube video. We go to the next break and we're that close. We're at the doors. And I'm not like trying to rush it. It's just I get impatient and it's not their fault. They're handling it very well and it's very entertaining. I mean, I love that we got new characters. The entity with the giant mouth, that was the ghost portion of this. The dinosaur, we had the Dragloth. We're getting craziness. Viridian now is even weirder to me because now Viridian just confirms by telling us, well, I'm a druid, so certain things like poison and stuff don't have an effect on me. Ford even tries to cure Viridian of this thing, but we end up finding out whatever it is that is doing this to these people isn't something based off of poison, at least, or something that could be cured like Ford did with Jester by getting stung by the mosquitoes. I don't know what it is, but the only thing I can think of is it's a time-based thing that these people are affected by, because it does seem like a really chill place to live. Like, if you didn't care about the fact that people are clearly losing their memories, basically a cult that's praising some god that is not a god, because we've already, from the Traveler, heard he's not. Now, like I said, the Traveler could be lying, but why would he? Even though he's lied to us before, I feel like this is something he might not. But if my theory is right, and he is Vokodo, then that is why he would lie. So it is very possible the Traveler lied just to throw us off the scent, and it's going to be some big joke, and he's going to be like, haha, isn't that funny? Well, I have TravelerCon ready to go because now whatever I say goes, and I'm Vokodo too. I don't know if that's what it is. I just can't think of anything else unless it is totally its own thing, and there is something inside that we're about to walk into that actually has this power that is not a god, but has powers similar to the level of the Traveler that could basically put people in these positions or control their minds to a certain point. My thing is, why have this tremendous journey to get there? I guess so they don't mess with him, or I feel like you make that sort of journey so that people don't bother you because you don't want to have to explain yourself because you're kind of full of crap. But this is a world of magic and things like that. So it's very possible it's another trickster type Traveler dude or person that is doing this, or it could just be a scarecrow sitting in a chair, or it could be Artie himself. I'm going to go edit this up. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2. We'll do the live stream on Friday at 5:45. We start the talk and the conversation. We usually get it going by 6 o'clock. This one coming up will be an hour and a half, and 30 more minutes is added if we hit 50 likes. So come over there and join us. You want to see more of what I do? In the description is the link for Patreon, full unedited everything. Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest. We just finished Fiona and Cake, Rick and Morty, and Percy Jackson. True Detective Season 4 is almost done, and Avatar is starting soon, the live-action Netflix show on February 22nd. Check it out in the description, link for Patreon. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.